The next video is the next installment for the three sources and three component parts of Marxism, and we're up to value. A commodity is, in the first place, a thing that satisfies a human want. In the second place, it is a thing that can be exchanged for another thing. The utility of a thing makes it a use value. Exchange value, or simply value, is first of all the ratio, the proportion, in which a certain number of use values of one kind can be exchanged for a certain number of use values of another kind. Daily experience shows us that millions upon millions of such exchanges are constantly equating with one another every kind of use value, even the most diverse and incomparable. Now, what is there in common between these various things constantly equated with one another in a definite system of social relations? Their common feature is that they are products of labour. In exchanging products, people equate the most diverse kinds of labour. The production of commodities is a system of social relations in which individual producers create diverse products, the social division of labour, and in which all these products are equated to one another in the process of exchange. Consequently, what is common to all commodities is not the concrete labour of a definite branch of production, not labour of one particular kind, but abstract human labour in general. All the labour power of a given society as represented in the sum total of the values of all commodities is one and the same human labour power. Thousands upon thousands of millions of acts of exchange prove this. Consequently, each particular commodity represents only a certain share of the socially necessary labour time. The magnitude of value is determined by the amount of socially necessary labour, or by the labour time that is socially necessary for the production of a given commodity, of a given use value. Whenever by an exchange we equate as values our different products, by that very act we also equate as human labour the different kinds of labour expended upon them. We are not aware of this, nevertheless we do it. As one of the earlier economists said, value is a relation between two persons, only he should have added, a relation concealed beneath the material wrapping. We can understand what value is only when we consider it from the standpoint of the system of social relations of production in a particular historical type of society. Moreover, of relations that manifest themselves in the mass phenomenon of exchange, a phenomenon which repeats itself thousands upon thousands of times. As values, all commodities are only definite masses of congealed labour time. After making a detailed analysis of the twofold character of the labour incorporated in commodities, Marx goes on to analyse the form of value and money. Here Marx's main task is to study the origin of the money form of value, to study the historical process of the development of exchange, beginning with individual and incidental acts of exchange, the elementary or accidental form of value, in which a given quantity of one commodity is exchanged for a given quantity of another, passing on to the universal form of value, in which a number of different commodities are exchanged for one and the same particular commodity, and ending with the money form of value, and gold becomes that particular commodity, the universal equivalent. As the highest product of the development of exchange and commodity production, money masks, conceals the social character of all individual labour, the social link between individual producers united by the market. Marx analyses the various functions of money in very great detail. It is important to note here in particular, as in the opening chapters of Capital in general, that what seems to be an abstract and at times purely deductive mode of exposition deals in reality with a gigantic collection of factual material on the history of the development of exchange and commodity production. If we consider money, its existence implies a definite stage in the exchange of commodities. The particular functions of money which it performs, either as a mere equivalent of commodities or as means of circulation or means of payment, as hoard or as means of circulation or means of payment, as hoard or as universal money point according to the extent and relative preponderance of the one function or the other to very different stages in the process of social production. And that ends that installment for the three sources and three component parts of Marxism.